Okay, let's talk about today. Let's talk about just the last few days because I feel like I can't talk about today's trade unless you talk about the last few days. So, um, within the last few days, I think 2 days ago it was the US government shut down. So I was expecting pretty choppy movement in the market. A lot of people have said that price action won't run smoothly and like the things that you use to trade won't correlate and won't do exactly as you predict because price is just moving differently. It's just what a few people have said, and that obviously worries me as a beginner trader because I'm like, what do you mean? Like, we're talking about how the concepts that you use just won't work, basically. So I was like, very hesitant to get into trades the last few days, and then also we had, because I trade gold, obviously, you can see my charts because I trade gold, we had the rate cuts were speculated that I think got put on hold at the start of this week. Yeah, there's been a lot of interesting movement on gold recently, and even just with everything that's going on in the world right now, gold is not moving easy. Like, when I say easy, I mean price action is not really smooth enough to trade. So, anyway, I'm going to break down. Oh, maybe I'll just leave that there. I'm gonna break down obviously the trade that I did today. So I did take a trade, but I didn't take the trade on my live account. And the reason why I did this is because of the government shutdown and just everything that's going on. It was making me feel so unconfident in actually taking an entry, and it just became too emotional of a decision. Just because, like, not because luckily, it had nothing to do with money. It wasn't because I wanted to make money. I guess it could be partially because I didn't want to lose money, but it was mainly just because of everything that's happening with the government shutdown, with the rate cuts. I just didn't trust that gold was going to move properly. So, and also gold is at all-time highs. I don't even know why I didn't mention that. Gold is at all-time highs right now. So, yeah, it's not been easy to trade, but that's why I decided to basically enter a trade today, but I entered it on paper. So I've got the position up here for you guys to see. I did a day in the life video on short form, and I actually showed this trade before it played out on there. I'm pretty sure I did go in there and have a look for when I was filming another part for the day in the life. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I filmed before the trade and then after the trade in that video. So if you guys are like, she's lying, you guys can go watch that video if you want. It will be posted on YouTube and my TikTok and Instagram. So anyway, I'm gonna go into the 1 hour because I feel like the 1 hour is a little bit clearer. So obviously price made this high, low, it made this indication, correction, and we never got a continuation. It was super choppy here. So this, I'm pretty sure this was the night of the government shutdown, I think. And then this was the first day of the government after the government shutdown. This day was choppy, like it was choppy. And you can obviously see it, like price consolidated here. It made this massive move in 2 hours, and then it just went straight back down to exactly where that move started, and kind of found this level of support here, where that other level of support was, and then it was super choppy, chopped around all of Asia session basically, and then London comes in and it starts making movements up, and that's where I found an entry to catch that all-time high. What super confused me after looking at this trade was price caught this all-time high. It looks like it literally just did a liquidity sweep, like at this point, because like, look at it. Like, it literally just wicked past the all-time highs. There was no movement above. Like, when we go down in time frames, you guys are going to see even more. And then it's just made this massive movement down, and it's been going down since. So, like, even look at that. It's still moving. You see, I'm not taking any shorts because this makes no sense. Actually, let's have a look and see the news. Maybe there's some type of news that is coming out. Oh, hello? When is this coming out? It's the 2nd? Yeah, okay. There we go. And that's why I didn't want to take any trades during the US government shutdown, because I knew that the news is going to be delayed, and then also, again, like what I said at the start of the video, I won't repeat it because I don't want the video to go on too long, but okay, the rates are just not going to be released, or they're going to be released way later because of the US government shutdown. Something that I was expecting throughout just the shutdown happening, likely to cement additional Fed interest rate cuts. Yeah, okay, so there's going to be more rate cuts, apparently. Speculation of, which means that gold should be going up. It should be going up. Yeah, so yeah, it's really not correlating right now. But yeah, it's had massive push down. I don't know why. If you guys know why, please let me know, because it just makes no sense in my head because it's such a big move down too. Anyway, zooming back into price taking that all-time high, I'll just show you on the 5-minute because it'll be easier. Look at the candle. It literally just took that liquidity and just went straight down. Like, and I don't trade liquidity sweeps. I don't do liquidity sweeps, but I somewhat understand what they are. And my understanding of it is it wicks and then it goes down. It's like a short movement in the opposite direction before it continues back. A short movement where price will hit a level and then continue in the opposite direction. And yeah, that's just from what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we'll look at yesterday's price action because I feel like it's important. This was the high that was made, and I'm pretty sure this was the all-time high. Hello? Yeah, that was the all-time high. Going back into the 15-minute, price chopped, went up in London, and then it just chopped back down, and then it's just been pretty much choppy since in all of this area. So that's what New York was doing yesterday, which is literally just going sideways. Like, it was not doing anything. And then New York closed, again, same thing. Asia open, same thing. It was all just super choppy these last 2 sessions, and then it was not really the recent last ones, but these 2 sessions. And then if we look at the support zone too, it just went straight past it. Like, there was no level of support here. Price just went straight past it, so I'm just going to leave that there. And then, yeah, London session opens, makes this move upwards. There was some trendy movement in Asia. Like, you can see that price kind of broke structure, it broke this high, and it made a higher high, and then it's been kind of trending upwards since. So I'll zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see the entry that I got. So obviously you can see that there's a little bit of bullish movement here. Price is still a little bit bullish here. Let's see what it looks like on the 1 hour. It's moving up. It's still somewhat choppy, but yeah, it's not super smooth. It's not the market conditions I would prefer to trade in. That's another reason why I did obviously do the paper trade. But yeah, you can see that there's bullish movement here. And then price break goes back above this level where that other recent high was taken. And yeah, it goes past here, it goes past the other high, this little high that was here, it comes basically to that level, and then it breaks through that, so it broke through here, and then, hello, and then if we zoom in again, you can see the bullish movement quite a bit clearer, I feel like. I'm kind of just like showing you guys with the mouse where the higher highs and stuff are, and yeah, I feel like this is too, I don't like to look at the charts and have the things be too skinny. I like to see the candles. But yeah, so you can see that price is making higher lows, higher highs, and price basically made this movement up, made this movement down, didn't break past this low, made this movement up, made a higher high, and then made this like internal structure kind of movement where when it did a lower high, I was looking at this and I was like, oh, is price going to continue lower and continue to be choppy? And then I saw this lower high and then a higher high being formed. This was around about where I believe, I think it was like, it was somewhere here. And then once I saw price broke above this level, and well, I guess, you know what, let's just be more realistic. Let's say I took my entry from there, but I didn't touch this before. No, it was like this before. Okay, so once price broke above here and it was continuing to move up and it went past here, that's when I took my entry and I placed my position on, and then price was pretty trendy all the way up until it got to that high. So this is where that previous all-time high was sitting at, and price just basically swept it and continued down. Now, this isn't an entry that I would love, really, because yes, I won the trade. It was a 1 to 1.5. I like the trade. Obviously, it's a winner. It's a good one. However, when I trade ICC, usually you want to see a continuation going long term, but price action wasn't really showing that. Obviously, it's at all-time highs. There's no levels to target above that level, so that's why my position was placed this way. But I don't know. I just feel like for my personal preferences when it comes to the trades that I take, I wouldn't really want to trade where it's literally just taking liquidity and continuing back down, because all it took was for the candle not to wick up and then it never hits my TP, if that makes sense, before this massive movement down. And I just don't really understand this massive movement down as well. Maybe if I understood it, it would be a bit easier. Like, say the news came out and, I could see a reason why we had a massive move down. Oh, was news just taken off? Like, I just reloaded it and it's like there's no news. Hello? Okay, that's really weird. I've never seen it do that before, but yep, you guys saw it before. Like, the news was there, but it obviously just is gonna come out. So really, if news isn't gonna come out and the US economy isn't going well, then price should be going up on gold. So that's why I just don't really get what's going on with gold price action right now. So I think market conditions obviously again are not good. That's why I didn't take a live position. However, this trade that I found, this entry that I found and that I was targeting clearly was alright. Clearly my stop loss was good. There was no drawdown. And yeah, I was pretty happy with the trade itself, but the market conditions weren't good, and for my strategy I would like to see better market conditions. But yeah, that's I guess my trade recap. Not really too much to say, to be honest. Let me know what you guys took today, if you guys took a trade, if you took this trade. I noticed that Sky took a very similar trade, so that made me feel really confident. I really like the fact that I took a paper trade, even though I could be beating myself up right now being like, damn, I could have made this much money, but I'm actually really happy with my decision because market conditions weren't good. My confidence was already low. My risk tolerance is pretty low, and yeah, I'm pretty happy that I took a paper trade and not a live market trade. But yeah, that's really it. Let me know how you guys' trading week is going. It's Friday tomorrow, so it's the last trading day of the week. I'm obviously sad to say, but we have more trading next week. Again, no trades so far this week other than this one, which was on paper trading. When it comes to my live account, no trades. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about also the US government shutdown and how the markets are reacting. I hope you guys are having a great trading week, and I hope you guys are also having a great day. Bye bye.